Yo, what's going on? Today we're going to be doing our Call of Duty League pick'ems for the Major 2 tournament, and it's going to be a great one. Starting off, we're going to be going for the first match on Thursday. It's going to be the New York Subliners versus the Minnesota Rocker. Now here I have my stat sheet. Thanks to breakingpoint.gg for providing the stats and keeping track of everything. Just looking at this, it's going to be 42 and 25 map count on New York Subliner side versus the 29 to 25. That is a huge difference, and the series win losses is also a huge difference. It's going to be 12 to 5 on the New York side, and on the Minnesota side, it's going to be 8 to 6. Now, that being put aside, Minnesota has been looking really good lately, but subliners have not stopped going since they won the last major tournament. So I'm going to have the score be I originally had it 3-1, but I think Minnesota's been playing a lot better lately. So I put them at 3-2. Next up, game of the day, it's going to be Boston Breach versus Atlanta FaZe. Now, comparing their records, again, it's not looking too good on the side of Boston Breach. They have been playing a lot better lately, but so I'm going to be having Atlanta FaZe 3-1 for those reasons on Boston Breach, leaving us to the second match. The second match of that day. It's going to be Toronto Ultra versus LAG. Now, LAG have been a hit or miss team lately for me. I'm going to go with a safe pick. I'm going to go 3-1 Toronto Ultra. It's going to be the same result as it was last week when they played against each other. It was a 3-1 then, and it'll be a 3-1 now, which leaves us with the last match of Thursday, which will be Optic Texas versus LA Thieves. I really do believe this is going to be a tough call. It's going to go to a game 5, and I believe that the better search team will win. Recently, Optic Texas are the better S&D team with I believe a better percentage of wins over LA Thieves, and I believe that's why Optic Texas is going to take this series, and it's going to make us head into a great winners round 2. It's going to be Optic versus New York Subliners and Toronto Ultra versus FaZe. Those are going to be bangers. But let's move on to Friday first. Boston Breach versus the Seattle Surge. Now, this is going to be an interesting one, but I think Boston Breach aren't going to make it out of the losers bracket alive. Seattle Surge is going to be coming frying on land like they did the first major. If not, then the whole, pick'ems is chalked. Minnesota Rocker versus Royal Ravens, and I think that's going to be a 3-0 for Rocker. I'm not going to lie. Royal Ravens, with this new roster, I don't think they're going to beat Rocker. I don't think they're going to get a map on Rocker. Rocker are a really solid team as of late. Next, we'll have LAG versus the Vegas Legion. I think it's going to be a map 5 on this one for sure, but I think, man, I want to give it to LAG, but I think Placer on land might bring it out of them because I believe they did make a pretty good run last major tournament. People were shocked, and Seattle Surge did take them out then, which is going to tell you what I'm going to be thinking right here. Before we do that, let's do Los Angeles versus Florida. Florida is going to give Los Angeles a good fight, but they are not going to be bringing it to a game 5. I think Florida loses right here in round 1 on land against LA Thieves. We're going to see LA Thieves on that very same day go against the Minnesota Rocker. So momentum is a lot. 3-0 Rocker, 3-1 Florida. Now this is a toss-up for me. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a game 5. Game 5 for sure on this one, and I think it's going to go to... Man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Dude, this is a tough one. They're both really good squads. I think they're really evenly matched on land. When it comes down to it, I think I'm going to give it to the world champions of last year, 3-2 over Minnesota Rocker. You know, I'm like, God, you saw my reaction to picking that. It's a really tough decision, but I think LA Thieves takes it right here. And then we are going to have our elimination round 2 of Vegas Legion versus Seattle Surge. I think it's going to go 3-1 Surge, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. It seems every time they faced Surge on land, Legion just drops to Seattle Surge. They did make it pretty far last round, and we were all surprised by Legion on land, and so we'll see how that goes, but I still think they're going to be taken out by Seattle Surge here 3-1. Let's move up to the winners round 2 of the day. We'll do Toronto Ultra versus FaZe first. Out of instinct, I just want to give them all 3-1s, or 3-2s on either side. Optic or Subliners, New York or FaZe or Ultra. They're all really great teams, but let's focus on Ultra and FaZe right now. It's going to be a really good game. FaZe take the S&D, Ultra take the respawns. I think it might be the other way around, honestly. It's got to go to game 5. I can't leave it 3-1, you know what I mean? It's always, these two teams always seem to go that I just automatically clicked it. It was like fate, but I think no, you know what? I'm putting FaZe in the losers bracket. Ultra has been frying. They are one of the top teams in the bracket right now. I'm gonna give it 3-1. 3-1 Ultra. That was really tough, but I don't think FaZe gets a second round out of them. I might be wrong. Who knows? This whole thing might be completely wrong, and this might not even happen round 2, winners round 2. But I feel like Toronto Ultra here take 3-1. We're gonna go New York Subliners versus Optic. Man, this is a tough one. Obviously, game 5, both 2-2. Optic's record this major is, I believe it's the same. I believe they're both 4-1. I should have checked on that. I think we're on the honeymoon stage of the new Optic roster, so they're gonna keep it rolling into the winners bracket. Man, I'm putting, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. All right, now we have Atlanta FaZe versus LA Thieves, and this is gonna be a really good one. It's gonna be another game 5 on this one. I think LA Thieves take it on this one, and FaZe is taken out earlier than anyone has ever expected. I don't know. I think once you get the ball rolling against FaZe, they kind of get in their own heads on land, and they just make their own downfall. Next, we have New York Subliners versus Seattle Surge. I'm gonna give New York. It's gonna be a really good match, but I think New York gets the edge on this one again. Moving on to the winners final bracket, it's gonna be Toronto Ultra versus Optic Texas. I don't think Optic come out of this one unscathed. I think, oh man, it's going to be tough for me to do this, but Ultra take this 3-1. Ultra have been looking nasty lately. I think they're going to make it to the grand finals. I think they're going to make it to the grand finals. Then we have Optic Texas waiting in the elimination finals for either New York or LA, and this is going to be a tough one, but I think New York takes this one 3-1 without a doubt. I think Optic versus New York again is going to be a great one, but I think Optic takes first hard point. New York take S&D control. Optic comes in with the hard point again and the search and destroy. All right, and that leaves us with the grand final, which is the best of 7 Toronto Ultra versus Optic Texas. I think 4-2 for Optic Texas, the winner of the Major 2 tournament. I believe this is what it's going to be looking like for the grand finals, and who knows, I might be wrong. And, there's a very high chance of me being wrong. That might just be the Optic fan in me saying those things, but who knows? Things are looking good. New York Ultra are all looking great. FaZe can always come from behind and regroup to their peak form, how they've always been. LA, past world champions, are going to come in, sweep. Who knows, man? Who knows what's going to happen in this major tournament? The competition is tight. Who do you have in the grand finals? Am I faded for thinking that it's going to end up like this? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think of this. Competition's tight. We'll see if I'm right or wrong in about a week's time. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great time.